Since we decided to shoot the MINI Countryman, I decided to get all dressed up and also shoot at a place where it's all about fun as well. We're at the Civil Service Club at Changi. So what can you expect from the all-new MINI Countryman? Well, it's been given a host of upgrades from its looks to its tech to its equipment, which we'll be going over in just a bit. Right folks, now let's find out more about the exterior of the MINI Countryman Cooper S 2021. First of all, the things that they've done with the car is they're giving it some new cool exterior colors. In this case, sage green, which I've got some matching shoes to go along for the shoot, but then again, I digress. A really nice distinctive front design, which includes this nice trims, not only for this area, but also for the air vents. And let's not forget the grille with this honeycomb shaped like design and lots of piano black finishing, not only on the exterior of the car, but the interior as well. And the other feature of the car itself, which you probably will not notice from the front of the car, is the fact that they have this new power dome, which is really more distinct from the driver's seat. With the MINI Countryman having bigger dimensions, what it means for you as the passenger is there's actually more space not only for the driver and the front passenger, but also for the rear seat passengers, which means you can actually fit in a third person.
Hey folks, I'm back and now it's time for the in-car review with the all-new MINI Countryman Cooper S. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just kind of run through some of the points that we didn't kind of discuss or talk about during the early part of the review, so you'll be better informed about what the MINI Countryman is all about. Okay, so here goes. With the MINI Countryman, it is indeed the biggest Mini they have built. Alright, it's the biggest vehicle basically that's out there right now under the MINI label. Okay, which means that along with being bigger, of course, you'll be expecting a whole lot more improvements in terms of comfort space for not only the driver but for the passenger as well, which is true. So you get a lot of headroom, leg room and everything else in the car as well. And unlike most other Minis that we all know of, the fact is right now you can actually have a third passenger in the back seat. Okay, so you can actually sit a third passenger much more comfortably right here in the Countryman. Okay, but that being said, when I mentioned that the car is actually bigger, so you'll be thinking to yourself, oh, that means that it's going to be harder to actually drive the Countryman because being bigger, it's harder to maneuver and everything else. Well, that's absolutely wrong, okay? And just like its other siblings, the MINI Countryman maintains its go-kart feel of style of driving, to be honest, seriously. It's still nimble as ever, and also the maneuverability is, to me, among other cars that we've tested, it's really amazing for the fact that a car this size, you can actually maneuver it the way that it is, being the size. And the fact that what they've done with the Countryman is they've given it a bit of a style of an SUV, which is something which a lot of Singaporeans love, and MPVs as well, but maintaining that whole look and feel of being a Mini, which is basically paying for two vehicles in one, which to me is actually an excellent concept on the part of MINI. And the other thing which attracted me to the MINI Countryman on the first look at is the color of the car itself. Okay, it's sage green, and also being the fact that this is the Cooper S, it is not a 3-cylinder but a 4-cylinder setup, which means that which comes along with a 2-liter engine, of course, which means that there's a lot more power in the Countryman. And also with the MINI Countryman allowing you to have 3 modes of driving, from the mid to the green, of course, to the sports, it gives you the whole flexibility of choosing the kind of style of drive that you want. And added to the fact that you have one of my favorite gizmos on board or mechanisms on board, which is the paddle shifters. It gives it that much more versatility in controlling the kind of drive that you want, which I simply love. In terms of consumption numbers, which I think is another thing that most people would be interested in, on paper it is 69 kilometers per liter, but we managed to get about 14, which I think is pretty impressive for a car this size, and especially that we've been really messing around with the different modes to really put the Mini Countryman through its paces. So, kind of wrap it up and give you my overall thoughts about what I think about the Mini Countryman. Well, I kind of liken the Mini Countryman to a ballerina wearing Nike shoes. So you'd be wondering, okay, how does that kind of work out? Well, you know, when you give, when it comes to a ballerina, right, no matter what kind of shoes you give her, she still can perform. Well, that's exactly with the Mini Countryman. Even though it's bigger, it still handles like the rest of its siblings. Okay, I guess that's all the time we have for right here on Revolution. And now back to the summary.
Right, folks, it's now time to wrap up our drive experience with the all-new Mini Countryman. First of all, it's a Mini, and with a Mini, you know there's just tons of customizations and personalizations which you can do. Things like changing your mirrors to something with a Union Jack, even your hood as well, and really it's just never ending. And if you're looking for a car that's going to offer you SUV styling but handles as nimbly and as maneuverable as the Mini, well, the Mini Countryman is definitely the car that you want to choose. We want to say a big Revv evolution thank you to our friends over at MINI Singapore for allowing us to have the Mini Countryman for our presentation. To find out more about Revv evolution and all the stuff we've done, whether it's cars, lifestyle, do remember to check out our website right over there. Till we catch you again, this is Rene, signing off.